By using sin, we get what we want. By using infinite growth, we destroy the planet, but we get what we want.
It's quite a loose link. It's just the way it's...
I know, but such is the power of words and the subconscious linking of words. But what about sympagy? When I say it like that, sympagy, or what Tim came up with, empagy, to live in sympathy and to work harmoniously with that energy of sympathy and empathy.
I think
that's love.
More something than sympathy.
Well,
sympathy is like, well, you got a problem, I feel sorry for you, and then don't do anything. That's sympathy.
But we can grow our word base. Yeah, empathy. I rate Tim for coming up with that one. He's a great wordsmith. You know, he's become his own boss. He's an author now, or he's trying to be an author. And I rate things like that, and I've tried to encourage him to do that. You know, I've tried to encourage everybody I know. Stop looking to others for the answer. Yeah, these people don't have the answers. That's why you're looking at them like that. The answer's in you. It's in every single person. Everybody's got a duty to do their little bit. Otherwise, why are you even here? You don't want to have any responsibility for anything you do. You know, you just want to have everything.
No one wants any responsibility for anything. Nobody does.
That's because we're decadent. That's because we're...
It's just easier that way. You know, you're not getting any hassle that way.
Yeah,
you can just pass the fucking buck.
Is freedom meant to be easy?
No, it's fuck. It's not meant to be easy.
What does freedom come with a cost? Because some people think freedom is free, like in, you know, because they associate cost with money. But I mean, can we not look at other costs then? You know, for example, you let everybody do what they want to do, and just like you say, people would probably not want to do anything, sit there all the time until all the food has been eaten.
That's mostly because they used to be in a slave.
Yeah.
So they just associate work with just torment and just, I don't want to do that. If I don't have to, I won't. It's like,
well, looking at slavery as a model of how it worked.
You know, they've already worked their arse off their whole life. They want a fucking break. So when you say you're free now, they go, because they're already fucked, you know, right?
Yeah.
They're just overworked.
Well, is bread and circuses enough? I mean, I personally, I want to be involved in everything that's going on, you know? I want to know, and I want them to be honest with me, and because by being honest, I can honestly help them. You know, they don't know what I know, or what you know, or what the next guy knows, or how we could abstractly just put something together. The guy Marconi who invented the TV, he used to plough fields. And it's only when he looked back at the field that he ploughed, he thought, you know what, if you could line up electrons in the same way I ploughed this field, then you could make those electrons glow at different rates by applying electrical energy and create an image. Huh? How do you do that when you're ploughing a field? How do you create something that has now become so widely available as a technology?
Well, it's a simple concept, isn't it? The idea of it is simple. It's just having that idea in the first place and putting it into practice, which is all.
Well, he needed help. We all needed help.
Really, it's just a mosaic. It's just a really, really minute mosaic. Just pixels, that's what they are.
A mosaic.
Just a little tile with some colour in it.
Yeah.
It's when you put loads of them
together. Well, in a way, there's nothing new under the sun if you're going to say it like that, you know, if it's a mosaic.
It's not. Like, everything that you invent, that man has invented, is inspired by nature anyway. Everything is.
Even our own nature.
Suction cups, like octopus suction things. Like, it just all comes from somewhere. All of it.
Yeah, but I think one of these things where we could think abstractly about our behaviour, because it's not just simply a case of we see an animal, we kill it and eat it, and then don't think anything about that. We think about that, and one of the reasons why people are so disconnected is because they are living in the desert of the real. They are disconnected from the having to take the action of hunting that deer, which in itself is a spiritual journey. You discover a lot about yourself. Are you going to quit, or is the deer going to quit? Especially those African hunters that they just run till they exhaust the animal, basically. Yeah, and it's like 12 hours of running. Me and you, we'd starve to death if that was where we was born. We'd either have to adapt and be like that, or we'd die.
Well, yeah.
Right. Now, it's kind of like that. That in itself was a spiritual journey. You must overcome your own weaknesses in order to get the hunt done with and to the conclusion where you can eat. Now you've trapped the animal and you eat the animal. You have to kill it, skin it, gut it, which is quite a revolting process to our mind. I don't know if anybody ever, though, thinks of it as a nice process and can't see the similarity between that and our own fragile life, and therefore give thanks if you're a meat eater.
Well, there's something about it. I mean, like, I bought a whole fish the other day, and I had to gut it and cut its head off.
Right.
And, like, you know, it's not exactly fun doing that, but it's because you know where it's come from. Like, I'm used to eating food that's just, it's already food. There you go. But, like, you know that it's a fish, it's got eyes and it's got a mouth and shit. And you're like, this is pretty crazy, and kind of made a big deal out of it. You know, and it's good to do that, because you know that you're eating, you know where the food that you're eating has come from.
Well, there is something in the human psyche that feels better.
That, like, you
better to know that you've eaten something of this planet.
Like, it feels real, which things, not many things do in the society we live.
No, it's coming more and more like
Nothing
alien
feels
food.
Real. It's like a dream world where you can just have food that's just food. It doesn't come from anywhere. You just get it from shop.
What's that stuff? It's stuff.
Just food. Like, I'm just eating it. I'm eating food.
Yeah.
What?
Soylent Green, mate. That's what it is. I mean, you've seen.
Well, it's not. That's come from something.
You can confirm this.
Like,
you can confirm.
So you're just oblivious of it. You're just ignorant of it, essentially. I mean, like, not consciously ignorant. You're not saying, "Oh,
no." They
want
want ignorance because it's blissful.
Like, even if you want it, there's nowhere to get it. Like, if I wanted to go and hunt now, I can't do it. It's just not available to me. So it's not even that you're ignorant; it's that you just can't.
Well, you'd have to go a long way,
so
and
you
then
have to adapt to this society.
And then in this,
the only reason I'm alive because I adapted to that.
Yeah,
it's the same each way around. It's just I would rather be in the upper one.
Why we're ended up with things like Soylent Green for the masses, right? And people who don't even know this is coming. We're gonna have a little discussion about the Soylent Green, because the powers that be. I don't even like to use those words. Okay. The corporations, the abusers of the planet, the people who just want more and more and more, okay? They've got some crazy thoughts. Because they want all the good stuff for themselves and more and more and more, there isn't enough to go around with that way of thinking. So we get crap, literal crap. You know, they talk about turning sewage into food. Shit burgers, no joke. Shit steak, no joke. Bug burgers. We're going to grow some maggots and turn that into your food. Why are you doing that? Who would do that? You know? Why would you do that when you know we're not into that? And you think you're going to come up with some marketing ploy now and think, oh, well, if we show it on, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. What's wrong with you, you big baby? Oh, well, we'll cut off all your other food so you've got no choice. That sounds more likely. Or we'll put the price up so high that for you to have a steak, well, most of the time you'll be eating shit burgers and then you'll have steak on your birthday. You know, real steak made from real human shit. Because that's what they want us. Them are psycho ideas, right? I don't know why they're even giving research for that. You know, you've got that Soylent Green. They got money from crowdsourcing. That means there's other people out there that they ask.
It's not even like you're desperate. There's enough food. There's not even like there's enough.
But they're creating desperation. They're creating desperation.
So have people be desperate.
Yeah.
Because they will pay a shitload for crap.
Yeah.
Because they ain't got no choice. So it's artificially created.
Not too long ago, they was talking about mountains of food. Now they're talking about, oh, well, there's going to be a shortage of food. And why there's going to be a shortage is because,
it's going to be engineered.
Just like any decadent society, it takes for granted. And I used the word in my last discussion with Big D. And I say they're spoiled. They are spoiled. We as a society get spoiled. We lose our morality. We shed say, oh, that, you know, we're streamlining so we can be sophisticated and clever and cool, and none of that really exists. It's just an imaginary position we've put ourselves in because we can afford to polish our teeth and comb our hair and all of that. But you take away all of these little strings of society and no one would know how to live. Like you said, your friend, some of your people that you know, they don't even do anything with their spare time. They don't have any hobbies. Therefore,
there's not even the desire there. It's not even that they want to do it but they can't and they're frustrated. They actually don't want to. They have no desire for it. They don't have any, like, there's no want for it. It's like
there's no will.
No passion for
anything. There's no human will.
I'm just doing it because I have to, or because I'm told I should.
Yeah.
It's like, well, do you not do anything because you want it? What? No, I don't want to do anything. I just want to be left alone. Like, well, left alone to do what? What are you going to do when you're on your own? And they don't think of that. It's like, well, what the hell? How can you not think of that? What do you think about? That's why you didn't work. Because you fucking hate it. Because it's a waste of your time. Because you're doing the wrong work.
It's like people want to fill their head with another being. It's like while you're at work, the hours you're at work, you're thinking, what time is it? Oh, it's 9 o'clock, I just got here. Can't wait till it's like 6 o'clock I can leave. And then you're clock watching and how that time drags. Because time is proven through things like that how you perceive time affects time. So therefore consciousness and time are related.
Well,
that's something that's even in the new X-Men film. You're going to see that a strong metaphor.
I think it's just a simpler way to put it is it's relative.
Relative to consciousness. I'm continuing that statement.
Second, because we decided it was that long.
Yeah.
It's not like, you can have a second that's like twice as long.
Yeah. And I'm taking it as a leap of faith.
It's not like you lengthen the second and then time goes slower. It's that you perceive it exactly the same. It's just arbitrary, isn't it?
You know that experiment where you can split electrons, split light at the level of photons and electrons, and it appears as a wave, which proves, it's a wave. But then when you look at it, it changes. Things like that, experiments like where perception itself alters the results. In the quantum world, things can either have all these different forms of existence, but as soon as we perceive it, it's only existing or non-existing.
Well, not just that. Like if you've got a measuring beaker, right, and you fill it with water up to a certain level, and you're not looking at it at the right angle, you'll do it wrong. You have to be level with it to get that perspective.
Right. So perception of things is very important, and therefore where you stand and how you've come to stand in that position, life, will affect your perception. And how would you know another perception except you, I suppose, could ask another sentient being?
You were filling that beaker up, right, and you stood up every time you filled that beaker up that's on the table, and you never thought to sit down and look at it from the angle that would be correct. Yeah. You would think you were filling it to the right level every time. Yeah. So it's relative again. You'd think that amount is that amount, but it isn't. You've mismeasured it, but you never know because you never thought to look. Right. So.
And that's the kind of relativism I think this system has applied to its morals and ethics. Standing over and above us, they've got entirely the wrong perspective to make any kind of judgment. They need to be stood on our level. Then they'll see the correct measurement. Then they'll see that all you've done is pour a tiny little bit into a beaker and say, there you go, lap it up. That's for you, that. What are you complaining for? That's loads, that. Meanwhile, for yourself, you'll take great care. And so what it boils down to is, do I care? Do I care enough about the results to do it accurately, to do it right? Do I just want to, anything they'll do? Because corporations are a bit like that. They don't actually lovingly produce everything and realise that this is going to a very special human being. We don't know who it is, but they're special nonetheless. Just because they put extra special on something. So sometimes it's like, oh well, if you've got money, then we'll pretend to care enough. But then it's like they're just trying to extract every little bean.
But really, just to get laughing at you like it's the same shit. Really, we just put a new packaging on it.
Yeah.
And just give them
we'll try to sell you cake mix that just add water, nobody wants it. But if you add an egg, now everybody wants it because they feel like that's cooking.
Well, it's predatorial, isn't it? It's like you're just money and they're out hunting for it. And they'll do anything to try and catch it.
Mm-hmm. I've had
enough. Just throw you a line and be like, oh, it's got a little bit of a worm on there. Yeah. Ooh, jiggle it about. Oh, it's not real, it's plastic, but I've got you now, haven't I?
I've had enough jobs to know that. It is sycophantic and it's horrible. It's that alpha male pressure that I'm talking about. The boss will say, right, come on now, we're going to have lots of sales and smile and greet the customer. And when they come in and try and this and puke and vomit lifestyle, nobody naturally wants to live like that. And we've actually created so many solutions. If people actually knew just what level of solutions that we're at, we'd be trying to get a brand new society out of all of this, not continue with the same old rubbish. This is a great opportunity. And I don't want the people to be left out and leave it to the so-called leaders, because the leaders aren't leaders in any way.
Leading anyone.
No. In a way,
don't fucking go anywhere. Stay there.
In a way, it's because they're too ashamed to come to us and say, you know what, we actually need your help. We need some spiritual gurus, and we need some technical people, and we need engineers.